enough of the turkeys I was making to sell.
Okay.
Right? So we were doing them every year since we started. We'd do the turkeys, and we sold them, and we made money on them. But it wasn't fulfilling because I don't really do that kind of catering day in and day out. So it's, at a time of the year where we're really busy, and I'm not getting any satisfaction out of making these turkeys and selling them. So I really don't know what the catalyst was that made me change. But I just sat there one year and I was like, forget it. Let's just give them away. Let's give them away to a family that's local, that's having a hard time, because we can give them a meal that at least seems like a gift, right? Yeah. It's a beautiful meal. It's the way we would do it. Yeah. Excuse me. And maybe them saving the cost of that meal and the time in preparing it, maybe they can get a present for their kid.
Yeah.
And that was really the whole catalyst behind it, right? And I've involved my children in it every year since we started. They do the deliveries with me. I have this wonderful police couple that work in our neighborhood who have also delivered the turkeys every year for us, right? And we see this, I got to be honest, we see a lot of the same people year in and year out.
Gives them something to look forward to.
It does, but it's also a little bit hard to go back to the same people year after year and say it's unfortunate that your situation hasn't improved, but here you go. Here's this again. This year was the first year I was able to give everybody, I made sure I gave everybody a gift certificate, so a Loblaws card for $25. So some people donated those, and then Essence just picked up the remainder to do that. And I felt that was another, now I know there's at least a little bit of money. Maybe they can get a board game or something, if they have multiple kids, whatever the case may be. There's something there as a gift on top of it all. I don't know. We enjoyed delivering it this year.
That's incredible. And did you find somebody to do the dessert? I know at the last
I did. So the woman's name was Chef Wes Castro or De Castro. I apologize if you're listening and I got your name wrong. She's at a vegan restaurant over on Bank Street. And I'd have to go into my phone to remember the name. But she did it. She picked it up. She did them all. She did them all.
Wow.
I went down. I picked it up. She was she had it all ready. Her team was there. I got some pictures of us all. And they were like, we'd totally do it next year. And I was like, awesome. Anybody that did what you did in the last 24 hours and this isn't what you do and wants to do it again next year, you're on, right?
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That's amazing. I'd love to help out next year. If you need any extra help, I'll come talk to you about that. Also, you do a lot of work with the Parkdale Food Center as well.
I help
out as well.
Yeah, I really like her philosophy.
It's amazing.
Yeah, she's got a good philosophy. So I've appreciated everything that Karen has asked me to do. She just has to ask, and I say yes. Right.
And you've helped out with some of the cooking seminars for.
That's mostly what I've done, right? Yeah. So I kind of feel like I'm a little bit like Tim Thomas on Tool Time when I go in there. It's very. I serve the food that the guys want to eat, and the women too, right? But it's like, you got to know who you're producing this food for, and I feel like it's my job as a chef to make sure that I educate them on how to do this for themselves, how to save some money.
That's the number one thing to do.
Because it's all fine and dandy to go down there and give them a nice meal. They walk away from that. The effects of that are gone in an hour or two, right?
Yeah.
If you really do teach them something and you involve them and you really work on it with them, they learn something, and the retention is there. I know, because people talk about it, the thing I did last time when I go the next time, and that they did it or that they amended it and changed it a little bit. Awesome! You're cooking, right? Yeah. That's just amazing. That's I don't know. I could easily give all this up and do that full time.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I could easily give all this up.
And one other awesome thing that you do is a chef camp, and you're thinking of doing 2 chef camps.
I'm definitely going to do it at March.
Okay, excellent. So can you tell us a bit about chef camp?
Chef camp was an idea when we needed to bring some income in, and we were like, what are we missing? Like, what can we add to our thing? And my classes have always been well received, but I've never done a class for kids, right? Mm-hmm. And we were like, it was like two different people asked me to do it. The one that I remember off the top of my head, her name is José DeRosier, and if you hear this, thank you. Because it was a great idea, and I said, sure, if you're willing to sign up your kid and I can get 9 more kids, let's do it, right? Yeah. I went out, I bought knives for all the kids, and got everything else. Oh yeah, the first day was all about knife skills, because I had to know who's going to cut themselves in this class, right? Sure. And I'll tell you, man, I was just sitting there like, white knuckled, man, just watching these kids with these knives, right? Yeah. But we taught them over the week. The goal for me was to really show them what being a chef is. Not let's come in and bake some cookies and a cake and take home something silly to mom and dad. Yeah. Let's do something pretty cool. And over the week, the skills built and built and built. And on the last day, they did a cocktail party for their parents. So when their parents came in and picked them up, they did food that I would be proud to give to my customers, right? So we had some larger bites that required a spoon or a fork. We had some small canapes. I think we had a gazpacho. We'd made tacos, like traditional tacos. And they made it all that day, right? Well, between the day before and the day of, they made all that food. They put it all together, and I put all the leaves in this table, and they literally had this table full for 10 sets of parents, right? It was pretty cool.
The parents are pretty pumped. And
we scoffed in the in the driveway. It was a pretty big scoff fest. It was awesome.
What did your son say about that?
So my son, I share my sons with my ex-wife, and they had a trip planned. So unfortunately, my two sons who were old enough to be in the class, I have three. Yeah. My two sons were only here for half the week. They really, really enjoyed themselves over half the week, but I involved them in cooking at home all the time, right? So it wasn't. I mean, I let them do a little more here than I typically do at home.
They get some of their friends in, though?
Yeah, it was mostly, all the kids knew each other, right? So it was pretty awesome.
What sort of age group do you look at? Do you have an age minimum? Or?
My youngest was 9, and I was really worried about him.
Well, with the 9.
Solomon, you were great, buddy. That was my youngest, and he was pretty good. The oldest in the class, I think, was 13.
That's good.
And she was quite accomplished. Yeah, like they were all great kids. And that age range is pretty good, right?
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun. I brought people in to talk to them during the week. We visited some places. It was a neat week.
Wow, that's really amazing. Cool. So how can people sign up for the March break?
I'll put it online here pretty soon.
So I'm Essence Catering.
EssenceCatering.ca.
.ca.
Yeah.
Sweet. Phone number here?
613-850-4776.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
That was a lot of fun. That was great.
Lots of great things. And
I only swore once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to be at the Carrefour chocolate competition?
I will be. I have to defend my title.
Two-time defending champion.
Two-time defending champion. I'm doing it this last year. And I'll be honest, I really want both trophies this year. So
you're going for the 3.
I have somebody doing it with me this year that I'm until it's like signed, sealed, and delivered. I won't really speak about it, but I have somebody who's
in the back.
I have Willy Wonka in the back, and we're going to do some fun stuff this year. I think it's going to be a ton of fun.
Unreal. So. And people can go there. And how much is it? Do you know?
I think the tickets are $75. At least that's what they were last year.
Both at Carrefour Center. So
yeah.
Unreal stuff.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Next week, our guest is Bruce Lazenby from the Invest Ottawa. So we're going to go right into tech.
Yeah.
We're hitting
food and tech used to go hand in hand in this town.
Soon again. Events this week, Nature Nocturne on Friday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Saturday, Carlton Cup. Old Dubliner and Poorhouse. Yeah, it's a triathlon, good old Canadian triathlon. You start with skating on the canal, then run to the bar and drink a Frosty Labatt 50.
Woo!
That sounds all right.
That's my kind of triathlon.
$20. It's a good time.
That's all right. I might look into that. You got chili cook-off at Tartan Pub and Grill, home renovation show at EY Centre, Robbie Burns dinner at the Scottish and Irish store. Lots of concerts, of course. Friday night, you can see our band. They'll be coming up in just a moment. Lights in August.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else, Miller?
Comedy night for Parkinson's as well on Saturday.
Go to that. Yeah. Anything upcoming this weekend for you, Jason?
I got a private party, so nothing open to the public.
They're not coming up to there. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure, guys.
Have a great week,
One last song from Lights in August. This is I Can't Stay. Just like we can't stay here anymore. We gotta go. We're getting kicked out of 430 Parkdale. Have a great week, everyone.
All right.
Thanks.
do. Two walls guiding me, follow the path of what they want me to be. We all made mistakes growing up, and I lost myself along the way. Being here is enough to ask myself, are things okay? Now I'm lost. I'm so damn lost in every way. Yeah, I'm lost in every way. What does this have to do with all the things I've been going through? I don't want anything to change, but I just can't stay in a town that keeps me hopeless every day. No, I can't stay. Will someone help me turn the page? Losing all the colors that I used to see in a black and white world. It's just not made for me. So I close my eyes and I say goodbye to this feeling that got lost in time. We all want to be somewhere else. There's always something in the way, keeping us from living the way we want to every day. And I'm lost, so damn lost in every way. Guess we all just feel the same. What does this have to do with all the things I've been going through? I don't want anything to change, but I just can't stay in a town that keeps me hopeless every day. No, I can't stay. Will someone help me turn the page? Darkness in the air, make it worth it, I swear. To do with all the things I've been going through. I don't want anything to change, but I just can't stay in a town that keeps me hopeless every day. No, I can't stay. Will someone help